Good morning and welcome to the Millennium Airport Hotel Dubai. My name is Simon Moore, I'm the General Manager of the hotel, and I'd like to thank everyone for attending today's event, which marks the launch of the Millennium Hotels and Resorts Middle East and Africa TUMU Internship Development Program, which is to promote and grow UAE national talent in the booming hospitality sector. This morning's program will last about 45 minutes and will be ending with a question and answer session, so you'll have plenty of opportunities at the end to ask any questions you might have. We've got a number of speakers that we lined up for you, and after the questions and answer session we will be having lunch in the room next door. But now I would just like to invite Mr. Ali Hamid Lakraim Al-Zawi, President of Millennium Hotels and Resorts Middle East and Africa, to the stage for him to share with you his passion for this program and for the hospitality industry. So Mr. Ali, if I could ask you to come to the stage. Thank you very much.
Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you first of all for attending this meeting today and sharing with us this initiative of Millennium Hotels and Resort to launch the طموح program. طموح, as you probably, most of you know, means ambition in Arabic. Today's hospitality industry, especially in Dubai, is a core industry and participates quite heavily in the GDP of Dubai and the overall GDP of the United Arab Emirates. I believe today maybe the DTCM people will correct me, but we have over 700 hotels in Dubai today, which makes this city one of the largest cities that contain such number of rooms here. I think with the growth of the UAE population, with the growth of the UAE graduates, and the growth of the industry overall, it is quite clear that the industry needs the local talents, the local people to start driving this industry. Like any other nation or country around us, if you look at countries like Oman or Saudi and other destinations where there has been some government initiative where they force certain national ratios in each and every hotel. Well, because we are an open country and because we are a free trade country, we did not do that, but I think it is time for the private businesses and private hotels businesses to start realizing the importance of the locals and the nationals in driving such businesses. I think the local community and the nationals can participate much more than the foreign professionals because of their know-how to the country, to the culture, and the easement of approaching things in a more local way of getting business done. From this background, I think today's Millennium Hackathon effort to work with the local authorities and the different recruitment authorities is, I think, is a must on Millennium Hackathon, and to give back to this country what it has given us over the past years since we entered into the UAE and the region. We have, I think, maybe 120,000 keys now in Dubai, and the number is growing. We should be, inshallah, reaching the 20 million visitors soon, by the year 20 or 21, inshallah, which makes Dubai one of the most visited cities, one of the top 5 most visited cities globally. So with all of this, I think the current ratios, if you go into most of our hotels, whether it's Millennium and Captain hotels or other branded hotels, the ratios of UAE nationals or locals is very much limited. And with this initiative, we want to invite people and our colleagues and our fellow UAE citizens to take advantage of this initiative and start getting into the hospitality industry, where they can be groomed, trained, and reach to different positions in the hospitality industry. It doesn't have to be limited to certain middle positions or lower positions in the hotels. So this is the initiative that we're trying to build. I think the Millennium and Capstone corporate office is very much committed to this vision. Me personally, being a local Emirati, I would like to see this as something will see the light and will see benefits to a lot of my local colleagues and nationals to participate with us in this growth. Today, probably the company is one of the fastest growing companies in the UAE and Dubai. We anticipate to have above, I think, 20 hotels for the Millennium and Capstone only in the city or the Emirate of Dubai in the next 3 to 5 years from today. That will, I think, give us around 10,000 to 12,000 keys in the city of Dubai, which probably makes us one of the top 5 hotel companies that, from number of keys and number of locations in Dubai, which is a massive growth for any company over a period of less than 15 years since we started in Dubai. So I would like you and encourage you to please help us in making this happen, whether it's my colleagues from the corporate office or the local authorities or the industry colleagues. We would like to see how we can work together in helping our local nationals to see them in the industry that we are in. And I thank you for attending today's meeting and initiatives that we are bringing to you. Thank you very much.
شكرا أستاذ علي for الخطاب الجميل اللي أثريته. Thank you very much for this wonderful speech. Now I would like to invite Mr. Ali, Mr. Kibor, and Mr. Nemo and Mr. Simon, and for sure our طموح participant Ms. Aisha for the cake cutting and inaugurating طموح program. Congratulations. Now I would like to invite Mr. Trevor to come to the stage and introduce طموح program.
Thank you, Mohammed, and good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Tamuk Presentation Launch. We are taking this opportunity to present our new initiative to you, and this will help us, in fact, to promote this program to our local nationals here. And if you look at this, 2019, we are focusing a lot in hiring most of the local nationals here, so this will help us to, to pass the message to them. In 8 to 10 minutes, I'll be taking you through the agenda of today's presentation, which is we'll share the Tamuk program overview. I will be sharing program tiers, which will show how detailed the program is and how we will cover the development of all the different levels of learning needs. Plus, you'll be having a quick introduction with Ms. Aisha Abbas, who is our Tamuk Executive Development Program participant, who will be sharing us her experience, how the program is for her. And we will leave the questions till the end, and then we will be with the team answering it together. So let me present a program overview to you. As we know, goals are like dream, but with ambition. Yes, that's exactly our program is all about. Tamuk means ambition in Arabic. From this program, we will attract and develop talented, passionate, and motivated UAE nationals into future positions of Millennium Hotels and Resorts. Program also aims to contribute to the community in which we operate and also develop the talent of Millennium Hotels and Resorts to lead rapidly expanding brand. As we know, we are expecting a growth. Of course, we need a lot of homegrown managers coming up through this program. Therefore, you will see there are different levels and tiers available for their development. First, we are introducing internship development program in this forum today, and also the executive development program, which is already launched in the month of September. This is purely for our national colleagues who already are in-house with us. Then, colleague development program, which is all in-house colleagues again, which is for level 1 to 9, which I'll be giving you a quick overview of it. And then leadership development program. Now, with this infrastructure, you could see Millennium Hotels and Resorts are ready to welcome and not even just to hire them, we are ready to retain them, develop them, and motivate them. So these are the 3-month program which we have launched, and I'll give you the quick brief on it. First, let me introduce you to the internship development program. We call it Internship and Management Training Development Program, which is our TITP. The aim of this program is to attract and develop fresh graduates, which is our UAE nationals, and set them for the career in hospitality with Millennium Hotels there. TITP offers training and below, which is our internship, which is of 3 to 6 months, management trainees, which is 12 months, and school trainees. So let me take you through a quick brief on internship development program. As I said, it's for 3 to 6 months or even less, because the need at the moment is someone to come only for 1.5 months. It's being targeted through this particular program. And it's designed for undergraduates who are currently studying and they need the work exposure. Program has got strong 5 components, which make our program very robust, which is onboarding. When they come in, they are officially given a proper onboarding the way our colleagues get it. They attend Welcome to Our World, which is our orientation program, then they attend departmental orientation, and this is done by the certified trainers. They have got their own on-job training program, which is customized by the hotel for them. And those training programs are in 2 quarters basically. So if you have 6 months, you have 2 quarters down there. Each quarter will have at least 1 or 2 off-job trainings, which is based on the individuals down there. And then those quarterly reports are monitored by us at the corporate office. This shows whether they are actually enjoying the program or not. It's not about enrolling them, understand. The thing we enjoy doing it, we actually make the most out of it. And we are even selling the industry to them in terms of it, so they can see themselves coming up in the future like that. So if you look at this, quarterly reports are one of our strongest tools, which makes corporate office involved in this process. And then, at the same time, track what exactly how our interns are feeling. At the last, they are given a performance check. Means they are being tested. So when they are tested, based on the outcome, they are also certified on their programs there. So that's a quick brief on internship. We have management training program. Now that goes a little more expanded. Their onboarding is purely like our colleagues here. Now they go for 3 months onboarding. And it is designed for graduates who have attended internships. Now they're looking for a work exposure. And based on it, their training plans are prepared. The uniqueness about the training plan is our corporate directors of those particular departments have chosen those topics to prepare the training plan. So it's a standardized training plan for any TUMU participant who's joining this program. Means we are comparing apple to apple down there. So once somebody passes the program, we know exactly what they are being trained, what they are being tested. They go for off-job training programs again, which is close to like 6 to 7 off-job program, which is from Millennium Library, they attend that. And then they do quarterly projects. These quarterly projects are purely based on what have they been trained on. So they are taken from no to new information, which is they start with the very basics, but they go higher level. Means they even act as a manager down there for that particular, in the last week of their programs like that. And then they attend quarterly cross exposures. Once they finish the program, they can be promoted to the entry-level managerial positions. And the best part about this program is, if they have talent, if they have spark, if they have a genuine ambition, when you're talking about, they can be promoted into an executive development program, which is actually a fast-track development program, and even to a colleague development program. So these are the 9 programs which we already opened now, which is all about front office, food and beverage, housekeeping, HR, training and development, IT, and rest of that is available. Most of the details are present with us, and I can be sharing with you individually after the program if you want to. The last level of internship program is our school trainees. School trainees normally come to have a feel of the industry, how the industry feels, what they see themselves are in the next 5 years, joining this industry or not there. So just to give them a feel of hospitality, we have this program. Also, through this program, we do communicate that yes, how the industry functions, we give them a brief about it, and we even want to change their future paths based on it. We had a very, recently we had a small success here. We hosted the students from Dubai College of Tourism, and our enthusiasm from our trainers, our passion from our trainers actually made them think twice to look out this path. So they are really looking forward to join hospitality in the future. They were trained in this hotel and at Millennium Plaza. Now, and we are actually looking for more to join us in this next year. Building further, the next level is our executive development program. Now, this is a fast-track development program where a management trainee who's quite talented and passionate can be a part of this. This is for our internal colleagues who have been part of our system there. It's an 18 months development program for line managers, and we take them to a department head level. It means it's a steep development which they're going through. It's a 13 months program which is split in 4 quarters. And the last quarter of it, then the last month, the same participant goes and travels to another Millennium hotels, can be outside in the MENA region for 1 month cross exposure. And once you finish 13 months, you work on the earmarked position. So once they join the program, we already spot their positions, on which position we are focusing them to be developed. Remember, it's a fast track, means we're expecting a lot from them. And generally people who have talent, who have that spark, who have that ambition, are the ones who quickly qualify for this. So let me take you to the component of this program. There's a path to success, which tells them what are things they need to cover in each milestone. It's very well scripted, very, very clearly written there with the deadline. Then each milestone has got key job responsibilities, which is taken from the department head's job description. We are developing them as a department head, means they have it in them in this. So they are coached, they are not trained. They are given tasks on which each of their coaches get them. And then they are supported by the mentors. Their general managers are their mentors, which shows them the big picture, which shows them how they face those situations down there, and they are ready to meet those challenges down there. Furthermore, their off-job trainings are supported, their cross-trainings are done, and of course, once you're reaching to the topmost level, you're ready to report to general manager. I'm sure there are development areas there. So those development areas are just not stopped there. There's a personal development plan available for each of them, which continues even after the program is, for you after 13 months or overview. So it can be another 5 months or 6 months, but you keep developing the person down there through the CPDP process. Picturize, anybody passing, management training program. 12 months past that, we saw the spark, the person qualifies for the TEDP. You can see in the next 18 months, a young graduate standing as a department head reporting to a general manager. We have the capability, we have the capacity, only thing is just that we need more people down there to take it over there. Okay? So we have the infrastructure also to welcome in this direction. The last threads of a program is a colleague development. Not everybody qualifies for executive, I understand, because it's a fast track again, which just means you need a lot of in you in terms of reaching there. You need to be real domain specialists in what you do. So some of you will have development areas there. In that case, you qualify for colleague development program. This is for all national colleagues from level 1 to 9, which is for any of them who have any development needs to make them reach that particular level. Program is based on their individual learning needs and focusing on the following, which is their career aspirations, which they want to be, and those areas of strength or development in delivering their job duties or competencies. Therefore, program has certain process through. So you will go through, you might have a need for cross exposures. Those cross exposures can be, in your region, it can be outside in the MENA region, or it can even be outside the MENA region. You have cross training needs. Why? Because you want to have a better career aspiration. I'm a director of HR, I want to be a GM. Yes, you need to be specializing in certain competencies down there. Through this program, we will help them to achieve that. So they can go for a cross training in the same hotel, they can go to a cross training in the MENA region. Based on it, so even if you are not joining us in the internship development program, if you're joining us as a normal colleague, as a UAE national, you qualify for these programs. Cross exposure in the same hotel region, you can do it within 6 months of joining. If you have crossed 6 months and more, you can even qualify to go in the MENA region, in where our properties are for cross exposure or cross trainings. If you cross more than 12 months, you have performed, GMs have seen your performance, they see the areas in you, you can even qualify for the outside MENA region also to go there. Plus, we even look at, now some of the executive development program or internship development program, management training especially, they will have development like English, like computer classes. Yeah. So this program, through this, they will be qualified to enter to that level there. Furthermore, it also opens the door for advanced studies and for the external development program. So if you look at the colleague development covers all your entire needs, which is, I'll help you to take your role even more better and do your job even more into more details down there. Therefore, we say, TMU program is your passport for the future, and we're looking forward for more numbers in 2019. Before I end my presentation, I would like to call Ms. Aisha Abbas, who is our TMU Executive Development Program. She joined the first batch of TMU, and she will be giving us a quick brief about her experience with being a participant of this program. Aisha?
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. اسمي عائشة عباس، عامل في مجموعة ميلينيوم وظيفة حارس أمن. حاليا ضمن مجموعة طموح. نجحت في المستوى الثاني من البرنامج بدعم ساعتي مديري وهو مدربي. أيضا في مساعدة مراقبة مديري العام الفندق. قدم لي برنامج طموح طرق صحيحة لتطور ومهاراتي. شكرا لبرنامج الطموح أعطاني هذه الفرصة. دعم جميع زملائي الإماراتيين ضمن هذه البرنامج المتميز كوني في مجموعة ميلينيوم وشكرا.
So that was a quick brief of our program, which we are now opening, wide open for UAE nationals to join. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank Mori, Ministry of HR and Implementation, plus Dubai College of Tourism for their continuous support. And we look forward from your side to promote this program. So in 2019, we're looking forward to have plenty of UAE nationals working with us there. Great. Thank you. Our forum is open for the questions now. Thank you very much. I would like to invite Ms. Tina Lobo, our Director of Human Resources, Mr. Karim Hurd, who is the Regional Director of Operations. Karim will be assisting us in all the analytic questions there. Tina will be taking us through any of the HR-related questions, and I will be assisting you on any technicalities of the program. Thank you.
صباح الخير. اسمي مختار رستم من نايسين. اسمحوا لي أن أسأل باللغة العربية. سؤالي الأول السيد علي زهري. لو تفضلتم نرجو إعطائنا مزيد من التفصيل حول اختيار هذا التوقيت المهم للإطلاق الذي يتلائم مع مبادرة عام التسامح. وسؤالي الثاني هو سؤال تقني. نرجو منكم التفصيل بالمدة الزمنية لهذه المبادرة، العدد المستهدف، وهل البرنامج مرن لمزيد من الشركاء؟ شكرا.
شكرا. أول سؤال كان مستر علي.
نعم.
أول سؤال ولا ثاني سؤال؟
أول سؤال، لأنه سؤال استراتيجي وسؤال تقني.
بالنسبة لأول سؤال بخصوص عام التسامح، احنا اعتقد في دولة الإمارات كل السنوات عندنا سنوات تسامح، فما عندنا سنة واحدة خاصة. انتم عارفين عن دولة الإمارات ومستقطبة عدد كبير من الجاليات العربية والأجنبية، فالدولة بشكل عام دولة مستقطبة لجميع الجنسيات. أما بخصوص توقيت الإطلاق هذا طبعا يتطابق مع النمو اللي تشوفه الشركة اليوم. الشركة فيها تقريبا 8 فنادق في دبي، وتقريبا 4 أو 5 فنادق في الإمارات الباقية، وفي تقريبا بحدود 12 فندق او 14 فندق قيد الانشاء. فالتوقيت مناسب كون ان في عندك كريتيكال ماس في الشركه نفسها. فمن البديهي جدا ان يكون في توجه الى التوطين، الى استقطاب كميات جيده من المواطنين، لانه صار عندك عدد كبير من الفنادق وتقدر اليوم انت كمؤسسه وكشركه في القطاع هذا بهالحجم هذا تعمل يو ميك ديفرنس. هذه الفكره. شكرا.
بس خلينا نجاوب على السؤال التقني وبرجع لك. اوكي. مثل ما مستر علي تفضل وقال، هلا نحن عم في مبادرة طموح، لأنه في رؤية لقدام كثير كبيرة بشركة ميلينيوم، وبدنا نكون ماشيين مع الرؤية ومع رؤية دبي أكيد. البروجرام اتس فيري فلكسبل مثل ما حضرتك سألت، لأنه إذا بتشوف رح يبلش من سكولز، يعني ولا بروجرام بشركة ثانية عم ينظر على التالنتس اللي هن جايين من المدارس. نحن عم نبلش من المدارس للجامعات للاكزكتيفز اللي هن بهذا الاوتيل. المدة ما هو كل بروجرام فيه مدة، يعني السكول اللي هو او الانترنشيب ديفلوبمنت بروجرام هو من 3 اشهر ل 6 اشهر، حسب كمان المعطيات اللي بنشوفها بالمتدرب، وحسب لوين بده يوصل او شو بده من البرنامج. It's very flexible program based على how many departments كمان بده يعمل training فيهم، based ما نحن شو بنشوف ناقصه او ناقصه اكيد المتدرب لحتى يوصل. عندك من 3 اشهر ل 6 اشهر هو
انترنشيب ديفلوبمنت بروجرام، بعدين عندك 12 شهر اللي هو الاكزكتيف ديفلوبمنت بروجرام يعني سنه كامله، وسنه ونص بيكون السي دي بي او البروجرام الرابع اللي هو ال دي بي. سو من 3 اشهر لسنه ونص. اوكي؟ شكرا.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. ليلى رحال. مبادرة جدا رائعة، وأعتقد أنها جسر إلى 2020 إكسبو 2020. مثل ما شفنا أنه في مجال تطور، ولكن هنا هاي المبادرة لصقل مهارات السياحة. بس في شوية نقطة محددة. هل لما أطلقتم برنامج طموح فقط هو مختص لمجموعة ميلينيوم، أم بعض الفنادق الثانية لكي تعم الفائدة؟ أو وكذلك هل هو مختص بالمواطنين فقط وليس الوافدين؟ علما أن بعض العوائل الإماراتية ترفض أن أولادها يشتغلون في مجال السياحة. وهي الخدمة المجتمعية السياحية اللي أنتم أطلقتموها على أسس أنه training people for the future مختصة في نظم كل المجالات أو مجالات محددة، لأنه بعض الإماراتيين مثلا وإحنا نعرف إنه ما حتقبل أنها تكون إماراتية تشتغل في استقبال الضيوف وجي، لهم برستيج معين وعوائلهم تمنعهم على هذا الشيء. وشكرا وسموحا.
سألت 3 أسئلة. بلش بأول سؤال. يس، هو أكيد وبكل فخر هو لشركة ميلينيوم برنامج طموح، بس أكيد we're expecting شركات ثانية تطلع عليه وتشوفه وتصير تجرب تعمل شيء قريب منه. سألنا قبل سؤال شو البروجرام اللي انتم عم تقدموه اللي هو طموح وشركات ثانية، لأنه كمان عندهم انترنشيب بروجرامز وعندهم مانجمنت تريننج بروجرام، يعني هذا الاسم متداول بكل الشركات. سو هيدا عم بسأل عم بقول لك هالشيء رح تجاوبك على ثاني سؤال عندك اللي هو يس اتس اونلي فور يو اي لوكلز. للبلد اللي نحن فيه هون اللي هو الامارات العربيه المتحده، صدقيني ما في احلى من اماراتي يجي يحكيك عن سوق السبايس، عن سبايس ماركت، او عن دبي ميوزيوم، او عن الديزرت سفاري اكسبيرينس. سو بدنا نشجع كل اللوكال تالنتس اللي هن من الامارات العربيه المتحده لحتى يعلوا بالمناصب، لانه مثل ما بلش ببارت البرزنتيشن ومستر علي بالسبيتش تبع حدثه، في عندنا النمبر اوف رومز اللي جاي لهالبلد كثير كبير. سو اكيد بدنا هالنمبر يمشي او هالرقم يمشي مع اللوكال اماراتيز اللي يكونوا بهالمناصب بقطاع السياحه.
ما اعتقد اي بوزيشن يمكن يدخلوا فيها شباب اماراتيين بدهم يتطوعوا كل الاشياء. سامحني ما بتكلم باسم الاماراتيين، ولكن من منظوري الخاص قبل ماي اكس باك جراوند كان هوتيل بزنس تريننج في برج العرب من حوالي 6-7 سنين. حاولوا يحطوا مدراء للعلاقات العامه واستقبال الضيوف، ولكن لم تنجح الخطه. مش لانهم ليسوا ضدا لهذا، لانهم اكبر من انه انا اشوف واحد ماستر يجي يستقبل الناس، فسوري يعني. فلو انتم حتحطوا بوزيشنز معينه اعتقد يس. اما انه بس للاماراتيين عشان يشتغلوا في الهوتيل بزنس في all the department it cannot be. طباخه ممكن نشوف له انه ماسترز في الطبخ، في الاعلام، بس انا سموح طموح رائع اكثر من رائع، ولكن هناك بعض الاماكن اللي تحتم انه لن يقبل بها اي لوكل او عوائل اللي تحكمهم اعراف وتقاليد ونظم، ما حيقبل ابنه مثلا يكون علاقات عامه الا لو حتعطيه VIP او ناس هاي برستيج. سوري يعني. وشكرا. وجهه نظر.
لا اكيد بالعكس. لا بالعكس بتشكر انتي، وذاتس واي نحن اذا شفت البرنامج هو مقسم ل4 برامج صغيره بقلبه، يعني مثل ما بلشت انا كمان بنبلش من المدارس لحتى ياخذوا فكره. سو كل البروجرام هو ما عنده هدف واحد معين. الهدف تبع البروجرام كله انه نوصل لوكلز لمراكز. يس بدنا نشوف مدراء عامين من الامارات، بدنا نشوف مدراء بهود الديبارتمنتس اللي شايفين قدامك من الامارات العربيه المتحده. سو يمكن قلت انت عن سبيسيفيك ديبارتمنتس، بس صدقيني يعني مثل بفتكر ذا بيست اكزامبل كان الست عايشه بلشت من السكيورتي وعندها طموح لحتى يصير لقدام. سو عن جد يعني this is something that we're proud of، ورح يستقطب كثير من مثل امثال الست عايشه
لو سمحت معتز من باين اريبيا. سؤال بيتمم السؤال الاولاني، انه ملزم اللي اخذ الدوره او الكورس هذا او البرنامج هذا يشتغل معكم سنين معينه؟ يعني ممكن اشتغل سنه او شهر او كمل شهرين او ثلاثه وترك على اوتيل منافس لكم، فهذا ملزم اول شيء يشتغل؟
ملزم يعني منه ملزم، بس التدريب اللي بنعطيه يعني هو مثل ما شفت حضرتك البروجرام هو منه يوم يومين، يعني في بروجرام سنه ونص وحتى اكثر. سو السنه ونص اجمالا اذا نحن هون كنا بروفيشنالز نعرف انه اذا انا في شركه دربتني سنه ونص واشتغلت علي سنه ونص باي ورك اثكس رح ابقى معهم، لانه رح نقدم له نحن كل شيء الشخص او المتدرب رح يعوزه لحتى تو سكسيد. يمكن يس بياخذ كل شيء، بس اذا راح على شركه ثانيه there is no guarantee انه هذا الشخص ينجح، لانه نحن البروجرام هو فيري سبيسيفيك لديبارتمنت معين لفتره زمنيه معينه. So this is اذا رح اكون كثير صريح معك، هيدي الهوسبيتاليتي it's something very common مثل ما بيقولوا، بس نحن بهالبروجرام عم نجرب نستقطب لحتى يبقوا عنا.
بس هو برنامج عام، يعني فيه يشتغل مدير عام اوتيل، فيه يشتغل ويترز، فيه يشتغل اي شيء.
مزبوط يس. سو هيك نحن بنكون فدنا قطاع السياحه لحتى نكون بشكل عام فدنا قطاع السياحه. اذا هالمدرب راح على اوتيل ثاني بيكون اخذ الباكج معه لحتى
في قطاع السياحه. اكيد في شيء اعمار محدده؟
لا
من
ابدا
ابدا.
I don't know whether this question has been asked in Arabic. So my question is that can you give us an indication of how many people are working in the hotel and tourism industry, and what is the percentage of that are Emiratis? You also mentioned that you'll have 20 hotels, so I assume a few thousand new employees will be hired in the next 3 to 5 years in Milleenium. So how many of them will be Emiratis? Do you have a target or something like that? Thank you.
Thank you for the question. Yes, a few thousands will be hired for all those pre-opening hotels. The way we worked with our different properties is based on the size of the property, the number of people that are going to be hired. They have different levels and different targets as to how many Emiratis they need to hire. Obviously, the idea here is not to focus on numbers. So we could say we have a certain number of Emiratis, but if there isn't the infrastructure for them to learn, to develop, to be retained, and we just have them as numbers, it doesn't work. So this infrastructure is the first step towards bringing more of the UAE nationals into our workforce. So yes, every property, our existing, operating, as well as the ones in pipeline, will be working towards getting interns and full-time UAE nationals at different levels.
What about Emiratization in the tourism sector? The number of Emiratis in the tourism sector, or a percentage if you can?
Over a percentage, maybe by tourism department can tell you. As a whole, currently we will not be able to answer that.
Based on your own works that you've done, what is the level of interest that you see among the Emiratis joining the hotels? If you can share us.
Yeah, it's been a journey. So hospitality still has a long way to go to make itself attractive as a career option within UAE nationals. But there have been a lot of programs recently from the Dubai College of Tourism, from the Ministry of Human Resources and Emiratization, and we're seeing quite an increase in that interest students walking in. There will be programs that will spread awareness even further. So for example, inviting parents along with students to our different properties, walking them through. So we've definitely seen an increase, and hospitality is becoming a sector where UAE nationals will be looking to build careers.
Sure, yeah. In past, there would have been a minority in in any public sector, if you look at that. But yeah, personally, we have seen also things are changing. We are seeing a lot of people showing interest now. And let's not go in that detail, because you see, if you ask any millennial today, they will say, listen, I won't have a white collar job. So things for them also is changing. I say we are a hospitality 24-hour operation. Friday, Saturday is always working, and so those are the issues. But people are overcoming that, and you see people are moving in that direction.
I'll speak about my perspective as a UAE national. I can see now that a lot of UAE nationals are looking into the tourism industry, as they can see that there is a high growth within this industry and lots of opportunity are given from different brands and different hotels. From the Riyadh program, we hire more than 200 people within the tourism industry, within the hotel industry. So there are lots of UAE nationals who are really interested to be part of this sector.
Thank you.
We'll have 2 more questions.
Yes. Hello, hi. Jamil Khan from Kalpuri. The graduates from Tamil program are going to be recognized from any local university or?
No, at this stage, obviously, this is not what we have in our process. But few of the programs which we will write will have some legacy towards it. That's it. Not the full programs will be nice and part of.
I think the question was about graduates from universities.
No. Graduates from the Tamil program, are they going to be recognized by university degrees as well?
TUMO is an internal program, so it's a way to develop our colleagues and our workforce basically within.
Hi, my question is, just why has the hospitality industry traditionally had such a low percentage of Emirati staff, and what have been the challenges to make it appealing to Emiratis?
I think I just answered a brief of that. It's historically, these were the areas where the long working hours, Fridays, Saturdays, were the key areas for them to look at, and obviously, and even the service sector itself done that. But it's historically, and this was the main reason. But now, if you look at that, the trends are changing on this path. There, we see people getting involved into it. We have Aisha there, who takes equal amount of steps that any other colleague does it. Yeah. And to address this issue, the second part which you're asking, that's why the program has been designed like this, that you go from what you know exactly, which is the basic, then you go to the new part, where you start leading, because they all need a white collar job. So as I said, nobody wants to have a blue or pink collar job at this stage. So we're covering both the concepts in the plan. That's where we are trying to address the issues of, not alone, okay, fine, you cannot work at a smaller level, but we are giving you options. If you have talent in you, you can be a part of this.
Sure. And can I also ask, how many Emiratis does Millennium employ altogether?
Numbers wise?
Currently a handful, but obviously that's the reason for a program like this, to build the infrastructure to make sure that number is a lot higher. So we have a few UAE national colleagues working with us right now, but we'd like to see in 2019 a focus to gradually increase those numbers and different levels.
Yes, please. Okay. My name is Mosha from Travel Trends. I have a couple of questions to ask for. My first question is that in terms of the interest in the industry, what are in hospitality industry, what are the departments or sectors where Emiratis have more interest or keen to join in? And another question is any person who goes through this program, any of the three, is there they are required for a certain period of time to work with Millennium hotels after finishing that, because you will be spending a lot of time and money on them. Thank you.
You asked two questions. Let me answer the first one. If you look at generalization, if I say, no, I think all the departments, they're quite interested. And I even looked at people who were quite interested in kitchen to join us. And I even met some of the Emiratis who were looking forward to it.
Kitchen is in these days.
Yeah.
Kitchen is in.
Exactly.
A lot of TV exposure. So other than that.
Housekeeping is another one which we have heard recently. Obviously, that's why we have plans there. Keeping in mind the trends, those 9 departments we have focused on. And yes, people are very open to. Now, your second question was, if you just read.
It's like, do you have to, the person finishing the program has a certain period of time to spend with the organization? It's a mandatory, or they are free to learn and move on?
See, wherever there is investment involved, there will be. For example, when you join a colleague development program, if you join a cross exposure to within the region, that's no expense at all. We have trainers ready to take it through. But when you start traveling, we go outside in the MENA region, outside MENA region, you qualify for, let's say, your advanced studies or things like that. Then there's a minimum commitment which is present out there.
Can I add one more question?
Please.
I just want to know that how would you try to attain the Emiratis for the program? Like how you grab the attention of the people for this program? Whatever reasons you say, the limited number of people is in the industry, the conditions remain the same. Long hours, hotel industry is a top business, especially if you are in front office, F&B or something like that. So how you will approach them other than the tourism college, because of course when they go to tourism college they are interested in the business. Other than that.
So Dubai College of Tourism or DTCM itself, Ministry of Human Resources and Emiratization, they have programs, they have media, they have emiratization accelerators from the government that they work in. They organize open days for the hospitality sector. There have been quite a few in the last few months, and we will be attending a few more. There are university trips, so we will actively, in partnership with them and on our own, visit universities, make our presentation as to why we think Millennium is to be an employer of choice and they should look at a career with us. Obviously, in other ways as well, the way our positions are profiled on Millennium's career website, etc. We would use all of these forums as a whole to reach out, to spread the word out as much as possible. And obviously today, this launch is one of the ways where we're trying to say, are you interested in the hospitality industry, or do you want to at least explore a career here? We are here, we have programs, and we'd like for you to approach us for it.
Thank you.
If you have other questions, visas and requirement training will be available after the program.
Thank you everyone for coming.
Thank you very much to Tina, Karim and Tripat. And thank you all very much for attending today's session. And I would now like to invite you all to join us for lunch, which is being served in the foyer and the adjoining room. So have a good lunch and a good afternoon. Thank you very much for all attending.